friends, it's Nancy, and I think I found some mojo. This is the first book I've been excited about for quite a dry spell. I found this book yesterday while I was out kind of doing a combination of yard sales, farm markets, and one thrift store, a new to me thrift store. And I found this book, and it is adorable. And there's a piece of tape. And it's just a petite little thing. It's just over 4 inches by 6 inches. And I'm going to start ripping it apart. So the actual title of this book is The Scarlet Letter. There's nothing about this book that says Scarlet Letter to me. It's more Scarlet Pimpernel, if anything. So it is starting to fall apart. I'm gonna I was gonna say I'm gonna break off a new blade, but my pliers are in the other room. I got some really good finds yesterday, actually, and we didn't really have any plans. We just thought, oh, we'll go for a ride in the country. And there was one sale that I wanted to go to that was advertised on Kijiji. So anywhere else we stopped was just because we saw a sign. And then on the way home, I saw a sign for a book sale. And when I was making the chocolate journal, somebody mentioned to me that old National Geographics often had Whitman's chocolate advertisements in them, which I'd never considered. And you know, you see old National Geographics all the time. So this book sale, they had three big bankers boxes full of old National Geographics. They had from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So 1949 were the oldest. And I think 1921 were the earliest. So they didn't have a price on them. And I asked at the table, what's the price of the magazines, the National Geographic magazines? And he said he didn't know. So he yelled at some other guy, and some other guy came over to the table, and he said, well, which ones were you interested in? And I said, well, depending on the price, I'll take them all. And he said, well, okay. How about $5 a box? I said, sure. So, I spent most of yesterday afternoon and evening. Once it got cooler, I went outside and started tearing them apart. So I tore apart the ones that I tore the advertisements out, of course. And then if there was something really interesting in it that I thought, ooh, that would make some nice pages or embellishments. tore them out too, because the old ones, like the old ones have a lot of black and white photos, but when they did have color illustrations, they were paintings, not photographs. So they might make really good illustrations in a junk journal. So I pulled some of those out, depending on what they were. Like, I don't know. There were several that were fish. I think 3 different issues had just colored plates of fish. So for a really, really cheap price, I was able to clean up. The advertisements tended to be almost identical from issue to issue. There's a lot of travel, insurance, cameras, but I haven't finished sorting through them yet. This is going to be a big hunk coming up. And yes, I think just about every issue had Campbell's soup and Whitman's. Several had Tiffany's. A lot of watches. Are you scared I'm going to cut this? A little bit? All right. Yeah, I'm quite tickled about that. Found a couple more pieces of tape there. Blech, that feels gross. Get a wet wipe. So I've been thinking about this all night. And the cover of this book brings to mind, I shouldn't say reminds me of because I've never been there, but brings to mind old French court, so Marie Antoinette, the Palace of Versailles, you know, those big dresses with panniers. Just trying to wipe off any dust. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is measure this and get going with a spine. I'm not sure where my ruler's gone. Whoops, sorry. So this is 3 centimeters across. that in inches? Just shy of 1¼ Okay. So I think that's 1¼ I'm just gonna cut slightly less, just slightly. I'm just using file folder. Six inches on the dot. Okay. Now, I'm going to try this Katherines Method. I used to do chipboard and score the chipboard to get the rounded curve, but I'm going to try her pantyhose and dowel thing. But because that's such a narrow little spine, just grabbing some pins here. I've got this giant pencil. I think that'll be a good roundness for that spine. So, where's this? And so I'll glue these 2 layers around. And Catherine, if I'm doing this wrong, you just let me know. Now, I've tried this before and it didn't work out because I didn't get the I didn't get it on square. Like, it was kind of twisted around the dowel instead of straight on. So this time I'm going to make sure that I get it on squarely. So I'm just taking a little bit of washi tape and putting it up against that edge. Because once I start twisting the pantyhose around, it might get all crooked. Okay. Won't you come off? There's one. And two. All right, so this I will leave. I feel like I might need a little more pressure around the center. I think I'm going to put another one on and not poke myself. Because it feels like the center could refuse to round to my specifications. So let's put some more tension on there. So what I've got planned for the pages, I believe I have a book of costume, history of costumes or something like that downstairs. I'll take a look for that. I feel like French pastoral scenes would be good. Maybe what else? Maybe if I can find some images of Marie Antoinette. I don't know. So I'm just going to cut the spine that I will use to sew my signatures to. I'm not going to use a lot of ink, like not grungy. So I might have to see if I can find my antique linen, because I might want a little color, but not a ton. What the heck? How did I do that? Okay. There's just so many weird numbers on here. So I'm cutting this a quarter of an inch shorter so that it'll be in 1/8 of an inch from either edge of the spine. And it's a hair narrower than that double layer that I put there. Hopefully that'll fit in okay. We shall see. Okay. Now these shoulders are really good shape. I don't think I'm going to put fabric. I would like to break off some of this glue though. That one's not so bad. The back one was gross. And I'm going to put some masking tape. No, I'm going to put some masking tape in now, but not cover up these little channel things here. So, 4 3/4 inches. was that? Oh, it was the lid to my glue. Okay. I said 4 3/4, didn't I? I gotta be careful I don't put it down until I'm ready to put it down. Where it goes where I want it to go. All right, and now I'll do one more narrower piece. All right. Alrighty, now the next thing that's concerning me is that these little corners are a little frayed. I showed a picture of this to Catherine. She says, "Oh, I love the rounded corners." And I said, "They're not round." So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put a little glue inside the layers. And then I'm going to put a pin on there. See if we can straighten some of that up a bit. So this board is made up of layers of paper, and it's the layers of paper that have come apart. And see, it just squishes it like that. I didn't get anything else at that book sale. There wasn't anything else I was interested in. They didn't really have any children's books. They didn't have, I didn't see any vintage books. See, putting that on there just puts pressure on there to close it up. One more. One of my pins just unclipped. I gotta find my good ruler. I don't know what I could have done with it. Got this bag of clips at a yard sale yesterday. That was good. All right, so I think we'll stop there, and I'm gonna go look for the pages I want to use. So take care. We will be back, and I want to show you everything. So you take care. Bye-bye.